What's going on, guys? We're back with another Tower of Fantasy video. Today, I got for you a Should You Summon video on FRIGG. Now, before we get into it, there's been a little bit of misinformation on FRIGG, and there's two things I want to start off this video getting through to you guys. First of all, is she will not come with ice resonance, frost resonance, whatever you want to call it. She's not coming with it. I don't know why people are saying that's what she's going to come with. As you see right here, there's nowhere that says she's coming with ice resonance. The character who will give you guys ice resonance in the future is Saki. As you see right here, ice resonance. As you see right here on Nemesis, she has volt resonance. The character Frigg does not have that. She has a skill called Frozen Domain. Now, that's the first thing I want to get out of the way, so that way you guys don't think that she will be giving you ice resonance. Now, what is she giving you? She's giving you Frozen Domain. And the other thing I wanted to go over is the fact that there is also a small chance, or a 50-50 possibly, we don't know how many characters are going to have this, but there's a chance she will be getting nerfed, guys, because Nemesis, who is the previous banner event unit, she has actually been nerfed already. As you see, this is her China version. She increases volt attack by 20% and volt resistance by 40%. If we check the global version over here, she actually lost 5% attack and a big 15% volt resistance. So that's actually a pretty decent nerf. So just keep that in mind, that if you think that she's going to be as insane as she is in the China version, there's a chance she might be getting nerfed. Now, with all that being said, I like to start off my videos letting you guys know the answer right away. And unfortunately, the answer for should you pull in this game is always it's complicated, unfortunately. Because this game relies so much on team compositions, guys. I can't just say, yes, she's the best unit in the game, pull her. It's the same for Nemesis. If you don't have any other Electro unit, then Nemesis isn't that strong. It's the same for Frigg. Frigg needs a team to be built around her. So what I'll say for you guys is it's a maybe. It's most likely you're going to not want to pull her if you have Tsubasa, because they fill the same role. And it is also at the same time a yes, you might want to pull her if you're missing Tsubasa, because then she'll be a good ice DPS for you. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into her skills, and then we'll go ahead and explain why she might be a pull for you or why she might not be a pull for you, and then you can make the decision yourself. Unfortunately, this game is super team reliant, so I can't just say, yes, pull her, she's the best unit in the game, because if you already have Tsubasa at C6, then why would you pull Frigg? May as well save that and pull a C6 fire unit in the future, save up for a Claudia, save up for something that you don't have already. So, with all that said, let's go ahead and get right into Frigg. So, the main gameplay with Frigg right here is going to be her Frozen Domain. Her Frozen Domain is her main little gimmick here. What her Frozen Domain does is it drops a little ice dome, basically, at your position where you use your skill. And it will last 25 seconds, and like I said, there's a chance this gets buffed or nerfed, so 25 seconds is the China version. And it will increase your attack by 15% and shatter by 25%. Now, if this character does get nerfed, I believe this is where the nerf will be. They might nerf the length of it, or they might buff the length of it. And likewise with the attack buff. They might nerf the attack buff or buff the shatter. So just keep in mind with the multipliers might change. So, basically, Frozen Domain is her version of her ice resonance, which is why people kind of think she has ice resonance. She has like a mini ice resonance. She drops a dome. Inside that dome, she has ice resonance, but outside that dome, she loses ice resonance. So you might think, okay, so she actually does have ice resonance. That's pretty good. So she is as good as Nemesis, right? Not necessarily, because Nemesis has that buff 24/7 no matter where you go. You could be flying 20 feet in the air, or you could be 20 feet under the ground. She'll still have that buff. Frozen Domain is only while you're in that domain you have the buff. Now, the other thing about Frozen Domain is it will increase your shatter by 25%. And I think that's actually one of the more cool things about this skill that will set her apart from a Tsubasa player, because Tsubasa will be giving you more charge and be doing more DPS, but will be not shattering as much. With Frigg, she'll be doing a little bit more evenly balanced gameplay. Now, a good combo with Frigg, if you have Meryl, she will be a very, very good combo with Meryl. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to drop your frozen domain and then swap into Meryl and then start spinning around and breaking those shields, because Meryl, as an ice using weapon character, she will actually get the extra 15% attack and 25% shatter as well. So they're a very, very good team together. So with that said, if you have Meryl and you're missing Tsubasa, then Frigg is an insane pull for you. She will increase your account by a lot because you will have that insane ice DPS character now, and she will assist you in breaking shields. So that's why I'm saying it's kind of complicated. So with all that said, let's go ahead and now move on down to the advancements and go over that. So without reading all of it, basically what the advancement 1-star does is you gain a little tick every single time you are standing inside of your domain. And every time you leave your domain, you lose that one tick for 3 seconds. The tick will stack up to a total of 10. And at the end of the 25-second duration of the domain will explode and do higher damage based on the amount of stacks that your ticks went up. So it will go up to a maximum of 10, and it will do just massive damage. The second advancement will give you more HP. The third advancement will increase the frost ticks up to 15, so it will have an even higher damage cap. And the fourth one will give you a huge attack boost right here, 32%. That's massive. And the fifth one right here is actually a pretty cool one, and it actually will make you want to not use Meryl as much, because when she shatters the shields using frost weapons in the frost domain, actually this might work with Meryl even. It says while using frost weapons, not weapon. So this actually might work off the field. So shattering shields using frost weapons in the frost domain will freeze targets for 2 seconds and cause frostiness points times 35% of additional damage. If the target cannot be frozen, double the additional damage dealt. So it will be a good little CC and will be an insane damage buff on the bosses that can't be frozen. And her C6 reaches 15 frost points while inside the ice field, will grant additional effect of frozen domain 2. When using ice weapons, increase attack by 25%. So she is a very strong unit. I'm going to say that. I think I forgot to actually mention one thing. While you're inside the domain, you have infinite dodges as well. So that is a very, very fun thing with Frigg. She will be a very fun unit to play, a very fun unit to use. She looks really cool. But is she a must-pull? Depends on you. Do you need a ice unit? Do you not need an ice unit? Now, let's go ahead and go over her dodge, her skill, and her discharge, and then that will be it. So multi-slash is basically just a damage thing. Nothing crazy, just a damage unit. Her skill, let's go ahead and check out her skill. Slashes the space around the Wanderer, dealing massive damage. Can suspend and launch targets and grant damage immunity while the skill is being used. So that might be a cool little use for it. If you're about to get hit by a boss, you can launch your skill and take a little bit of damage immunity to avoid the damage. After using the skill, it just says it's going to drop the domain and increase your damage and shatter. Now her discharge is when the weapon charge is full or Fantasia is triggered, clear all debuffs from the user and dash forward upon switching to this weapon, temporarily controlling opponents in an area before unleashing a gigantic slash. Deals damage equal to 618.2% of attack and launches enemies in the air. So a little bit of CC there. That's why she's pretty good for PvP. So she's pretty decent at PvP. A must pull, honestly, for PvP. For PvE, not as much. She will be insanely fun. So if you got the extra dark crystals, I recommend, yeah, go ahead and go for her. She won't be a bad unit at all. She'll be very good. But is she going to be a make or break unit for your account? Depends. Like I said, if you're missing Tsubasa, then you might want her. If you're missing Meryl and Tsubasa, then probably yes, definitely pull her. You're going to need an ice unit eventually. And if you have a high If you have a high advancement on Tsubasa, then maybe not so much. Maybe skip this one and see if another unit such as Claudia, who's the unit that I'm waiting for the most, to be honest. Maybe she'll be coming out soon. If I had to guess, though, we could go ahead and check on the, where is it? The banner schedule. This is the Chinese banner schedule. So I'm thinking right here, we're at this point right here. So Nemesis and Frigg. So that means there's a decently small, tiny chance right here that Lin could be the next unit. I'm not saying she is. I'm saying that might be where we are on the banner schedule. So we'll see. So with all that being said, guys, I hope I helped you out on your decision to pull or not. And ultimately, like I said, this game's a little bit annoying when it comes to pull or nots. It's a team-based game, so if you need a nice unit, definitely good. If you don't need a nice unit and you prefer Tsubasa, then it's not going to be the worst thing to skip her, guys. All right, with all that being said, guys, I hope I helped you out, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.